welcome back to my channel. My name's Emily if you're new here. Welcome back to day 3 of me attempting to post every single day on YouTube. So today I'm going to continue my story from yesterday about how I got started in business. So if you haven't seen the first 2, I'd go back and watch them. All the videos are going to be super quick. I think the first one's probably the longest they're going to be at 8 minutes. So I'm just trying to make them quick and easy to watch and to also practice for me on YouTube and speaking to a camera. So last time I talked a little bit about how I worked through some limiting mindsets and kind of ended off talking about how I had watched Kate McKinnon, a feng shui practitioner, speak on IIN about her journey and her experience as an entrepreneur. And it just really resonated, so I sent her an email asking if she needs an assistant and that I would do anything for her, and she replied with yes. So that is how I became a virtual assistant. I also mentioned in my last video that I really just needed a break from labeling myself as a designer because all I knew was that designers worked a 9-to-5 job. I didn't really know too many designers who had their own thing. Luckily, I was able to work with a couple as mentors in college, so I did know it was possible, but I was a little bit nervous to just jump right into it. So I decided to kind of broaden my horizon, and I wanted to learn a lot of different things. And this ended up opening up the opportunity for me to explore marketing, and I kind of stumbled into it because I was doing email management, website management, strategy behind it all, bringing the blog posts together, the social media posts, transferring a big email and breaking it down into smaller bite-sized posts for Instagram and all of that fun stuff. And I just really found that I loved doing that. I gravitated towards creating the branding behind every single thing that you see on for a brand's touch point. So for Kate, I made her backdrops and her social media posts, and I designed her headers and all of that fun stuff and just put it all together and made it cohesive. And so when I went to go apply to be a virtual assistant for another position, the woman, I got to the end of the interview and she said, "Have you ever considered marketing design? Your resume just really reflects what people in marketing do." So that's kind of how I started labeling myself as a marketing designer, and that's how I found out that I really enjoy bringing the branding and the design into the full picture and being able to see all the different touch points, bring it all together and get great results from that. One thing that I wanted to touch on also in this video, because this was a big struggle for me, is doing my own taxes. If you're interested in learning a little bit more, you could reach out, but because I'm not a financial advisor, I don't want to give any advice. I just want to say that it's a lot easier than it seems, especially when you're a sole proprietor and just starting out. You don't have a ton of liability. So that's what I am and how I became a contractor and could do freelance work for different brands and companies, is by learning how to do all of that. And the funny story is that I actually asked Kate if I could become an employee just to try to avoid learning how to do taxes because I was so nervous about it. And with some encouragement from her and my family and some mentors, I learned how to do it, and I just asked a lot of questions, and I can say that I successfully did it because I just filed my annual taxes and everything went totally fine. So it's just so much easier than I thought, to the point where I thought I was doing something wrong. And so that's how simple it is, really. Being a VA really helped me to explore a bunch of different things that I wanted to do. So if you're feeling like you want to be a freelancer but are a little bit nervous, maybe you have a specialty, it's possible to specialize and also be a VA. So that's kind of how I transitioned. I just became a more specialized VA, and now I am just a full-on branding and marketing designer. So just saying, you can do it any way you like, but I definitely recommend becoming a virtual assistant if you want to learn different things and see what you might be good at and just explore the possibility of going full-time on your own. The next step to really finding my career path was applying for a fellowship at my alma mater, MassArt. I hope that's how you say alma mater, but anyways, that's what I did. and I was one of 5 alumni accepted, and so that's how I've gotten to meet a lot of other entrepreneurs and people emerging in the creative space, and it's just given me this sense of community. So I also really recommend, if you're considering going out on your own, especially if you have a chronic illness, the most important thing for you is finding a community of like-minded people. Just go on a podcast that you really like. A lot of times they have like Facebook profiles. I really love the Jenna Kutcher Gold Digger podcast Facebook group, and I'm not a Facebook user, so that's how you know it's good. I go on there a couple of times a week to just check in and see if there's any new posts and to meet people. That's also how I got on my first podcast, so would definitely recommend finding your community that way. I hope that was helpful today. I can see that I'm around the 5-minute mark, so I'm going to sign off for today, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.